Last week we met Dave at Karma New and Used, and this week I'm back in Black River Falls, Wisconsin, and we're heading across the street to Ruxton's Antique Center, and you won't believe some of the things we find inside. Hey all you colorful sprinkles, it's me, Willow, and I'm back with yet another antiquing video. This is probably the last antique one I'm going to do for a little bit, but I wanted to share this place with you, so come along, let's go! This place really has no order to it, so you have to look closely to ensure you see everything. I was in awe at how old some of the dolls were. They also had this sad-looking version of the yellow dog we saw last week, and no one left a comment on what this dog is from. So if you do know, please tell me, because I still haven't figured it out. And of course I found the clowns right away. They looked reasonably old too, similar to the ones in the I Spy books that I had as a kid. I think I Spy books really influenced my love for antiques. I remember my mom having these old paper Halloween decorations you see here, like the pumpkin with the hat and just the regular pumpkin one, and we use them every Halloween. Apparently they're antiques. As a font nerd, I really love the typeface on these books. If you see something on these shelves that you collect, please let me know. I want to hear about it. I love hearing about people's collections and the things that make them happy that they like to collect. I would love to get this monkey, but it's a little over my budget. I couldn't help but get startled by this creepy mannequin in the corner of the room. One section had shelves and shelves of books. However, it doesn't really make for great video content, so I just wanted to briefly let you know that it was there, but I'm not going to be doing a lot of close-up on these things. You get the idea, there's a lot of books here. They did have a cool knife section in the middle of the books. Look at these guys enjoying a cocktail. These old chums. This has to be the most terrifying Nutcracker I've ever seen, and at the same time, I absolutely love it. And here we have the classic apple cookie jar. I just bought it from the Dell's Antique Mall video, so if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so you can also see the other places I visit. I really enjoyed their beautiful collection of dolls, and Gator particularly liked the 35th anniversary remake of the original 1959 Barbie doll, but at $79, it really wasn't worth the price. They had a ton of dolls, like almost every shelf had at least one doll on it. And some were simple, some were broken, some were ornate, some looked like they sucked the souls out of children. They were all very different. And dolls weren't the only thing I saw everywhere in the store. One reoccurring item that I kept seeing over and over again in the store were these little McDonald's mugs. In fact, they probably had a complete set. I was definitely getting I Spy vibes in this store. Like pieces of dolls and paper cutouts, just all the key stuff that you would see in those books. This was probably the first and only time I've ever seen a piñata in an antique store. But it's a clown nonetheless, so that's kind of cool. I noticed a lot of salt and pepper shakers on the shelves too, and I just think that's a popular thing to collect. I didn't see any crazy ones though, or I would have pointed them out, but I might keep my eyes open for some clown salt and pepper shakers. I definitely am in the market for those. Not much further down the shelf, there was this awesome Chester the cheetah. I'm not really sure what he's supposed to be used for though, so I didn't buy him.
You know what I'd do if I'd bought it? I'd put my weed in there.
Yeah.
One of the things I love running into when I'm out antiquing is things from my childhood. So, for instance, this vintage Rugrats Watch from 1998, they used to give them out in Burger King meals, or I believe you could pay for them extra or something like that. I had the one with Chucky and the monkey, and it smelled like bananas. I'm not sure if all of them were scratch and sniff, though. And around the corner were more dolls. I told you there's no end to the dolls, but that's okay, because they're really cool looking. I have a couple old banks that I've been collecting. I really like this lion one and of course the clown one as well, but I feel like those are very common and I see them a lot in antique stores, so I don't really grab them. Let me know if I should though. Also, how many of you remember the trip to the Watkins Museum? I found a Watkins bottle. This one looked pretty old actually. And if you haven't seen the Watkins video, make sure you hit the subscribe button on my channel so you get notified every time I go someplace cool. I was tempted to buy this rock tumbling kit. I don't know how good it was, but they aren't cheap in general. And what's an antique store without some cool wind-up toys? I didn't recognize this doll at first, but then I realized she's supposed to be Cruella Deville. There were so many treasures here at Ruxton's, it's so hard to see all of them at once, so every time you go here, it's a new thing you'll find. Also, with this being such an awesome town full of so many antique stores, I highly recommend visiting Black River Falls and Hickston because they're both so close to each other. It's really worth making a day out of and visiting these unique antique stores. Thank you so much for watching, all you colorful sprinkles, and I'll see you next week with yet another video. Check out one of these ones in the meantime. Maybe you'll find something you like in there as well. Let me know if you want to see more of these antique videos, or if you'd like to see something a little different, change it up. I'm thinking of doing a museum video next week, so let me know what you think about that. See you next time.